Welcome back to Teen Titans right here at the Comicstorian channel, where we narrate and go over your favorite comic books, comic book information, and just kind of get you caught up in the world of comic books. My name is Benny, and I'll be your narrator today. Now, to catch you up real quick as to what's been going on in the Teen Titans since Rebirth, because we had a weird hiatus in the middle of the pandemic and various things happening, basically, Damian Wayne decided to create a new Teen Titans team, and he brought together a bunch of individuals, including a genie, including the daughter of Crush, including a guy that can inflate and deflate himself, and the current Kid Flash, which is Wallace West. They came together and then they discovered that they can't trust Damian Wayne, so that caused a whole bunch of other issues. But while this was happening, the Year of the Villain was going on, in which Lex Luthor was funding the efforts of a lot of supervillains. And in order to beat Crush, what he offered Lobo was the location of Crush. So Lobo, at the end of our last issue, showed up to beat down his own daughter at the behest of Lex Luthor. It all ties into the Year of the Villain, but at the end of the day, it's really just an excuse for us to have two issues of Lobo versus the Teen Titans and discover what Crush's actual origins are. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this storyline. If you want to see how we got here, click the playlist down below to watch the entire Teen Titans storyline. And here we go. And if you enjoyed this, don't forget to press that like button, press subscribe, and it's time to start. To understand today's circumstances, we must first look back at the events of the day before, with the person that this revolves around. Late night at the corner store in the Bronx, the bell rings as a customer walks in. A man calls out asking where the lime chili pork rinds are, and the cashier continues playing on his phone telling the man that they are beneath the baked beans right next to the ho-hos. The man then asks what about the strawberry milk, and the cashier tells him that they are all out. Won't have any until next Tuesday. The man then asks how is that supposed to help him now though, and the cashier looks up asking, "I'm sorry?" And Lobo leans down telling him, "No you ain't, Andar 2. The cashier steps back telling him that his name is Andy and he doesn't know what, but Lobo stops him. "So you do. I'm what you call a bounty hunter. Kanjar Rose sends his regards." Andy takes out his gun asking, "Are you on drugs or something?" And he pulls the trigger. Andy shoots through the pork rinds with Lobo sighing, "You dumb bastard. Lucky for you, the contract said I could bring you in dead or alive." Lobo takes out his gun and then he fires and the entire store explodes, throwing Andy out of it. As he gets up, the alien beneath the skin pulls out the rest of his damaged mask, shouting, "Thor, you're destroying everything!" And Lobo throws his chain, wrapping it around Andar 2, telling him, "It sucks that all you Dorians gotta be part of that hive mind, huh?" As Lobo pulls Andar 2 back, he calls Lobo a real jackass, and Lobo lights his cigar, telling him, "I'm gonna take that as a compliment." And when he finishes, he stomps down with a loud sklurch, and he laughs. As he loads up his bounty, a voice comes over the comms telling him that there is a job for him. They call themselves the Teen Titans. Lobo secures Andar 2, telling the voice, "Yeah, I really don't do boy bands." And the voice shows a picture of Crush, telling him there's someone on the team that he might be interested in. She claims that she is his daughter. Lobo tells the voice, "I ain't got no kids, at least none that I haven't killed already." And the voice says, "Please check your account. You can see that your normal fee has been tripled." Lobo sits down on his bike and he tells him, "Well, hot damn, you just found the key to my aching heart. Who's calling anyway?" The voice tells Lobo that he can address him as the other. Now, we go to the current time at Mercy Hall, where we last left off our storyline with Lobo squeezing Crush's neck, stating, "And that's how we got to this happy little family reunion. But see, you can't really be my daughter because..." He sniffs the air around Crush and then says, "Well, I'll be damned. You are one of mine." Roundhouse breaks a chair over Lobo and then turns to Crush. "Yeah, I'm gonna need a minute," and he throws her into a pile of rubble. Lobo turns back, knocking Roundhouse away, asking, "Who's next? Come to Papa, you bastards!" Roundhouse bounces back, shouting, "Here comes the thunder!" Lobo sighs, grabbing Roundhouse out of the air, telling him, "I forgot how much I hate kids." He begins to beat on all of the Teen Titans using Roundhouse as a weapon, and when no one can stand, he begins to laugh. But Kid Flash runs in, hitting Lobo a dozen times in the chest, yelling, "I really hate bullies with big mouths!" Lobo punches through the hits, knocking Kid Flash down, telling him, "You gotta get back up. That was only a love tap." He then goes in to finish off Kid Flash, but as he swings, his body is teleported into Crush's room. He looks up at all of the pictures of himself on the wall, telling her, "Yeah, you know, someone's a little obsessed." The box with "Oh bless her chain" rattles, and Lobo then asks, "Oh, what the hell is that?" Just then, Jin appears telling him, "You must be punished for what you've done to Crush! Prepare to!" But as she casts her magic, Lobo breaks off a piece of the mirror, reflecting it back, causing Jin to hit herself with her own spell. He laughs. "Oh, I ain't killed one of you in a long time. This is the gig that just keeps on giving and giving." But before he could finish her off, Crush charges in, knocking Lobo out of the building, shouting, "Don't you touch her!" Lobo gets up asking, "Oh, you want to play? All right, 3 points for the main man." He knocks Crush into a basketball hoop, ripping the pole out and then batting her across the city over into the train station. She begins to get back up, but Lobo comes crashing down, telling her, "Oh, this is more fun than I expected." She jumps up and over Lobo, getting ready to kick, telling him that she's got some questions for him. But as she kicks, Lobo grabs her by the ankle, twisting it, telling her, "Oh, I got some questions too." And as Crush's leg breaks, Lobo asks, "I need to know if you got a healing factor, seeing as you're only half the cesarean that I am, which also means that you're way out of your league." Lobo picks Crush up by her hair, slamming her into the train car, and then overthrows it on her. Jin radios in, stating that they're going to have to release Obless for her, but Crush yells, "Don't! Obless came from Lobo. The chain might not listen to me." But then a shadow forms over Crush, and Lobo asks, "Oh, where did you go? Daddy misses you." Just then he slams the train cart down on Crush, telling her, "You know, you really should be thanking me. All those years I wasn't around to mess you up. That's about to change." Lobo digs Crush out of the debris, and then Crush spits into Lobo's face, telling him, "Bite me." As Lobo tosses her out of the cart, telling her, "You're starting to cut into my me time now. So how about we wrap this one up? Oh, and when you get to hell, make sure you say hi to all my other little mistakes." As Lobo stomps, Kid Flash runs in, grabbing Crush, telling everyone that they need to get out of here, somewhere safe, now! Lobo begins to laugh. "You can hide, but the main man's got your scent. You're as good as dead." Later at Williamsport, Pennsylvania, Kid Flash sets Crush down in a barn, and Roundhouse says that he doesn't look so good. Kid Flash tells him that if he got the beating from Lobo that she did, he wouldn't be looking so great either. A few moments later, Crush jolts up, stating, "What the hell just happened? What is this place?" And Jin tells her that she's safe, but Crush gets up, telling everyone, "Get out of my way!" Jin holds up the rattling box of the chain of Obless, stating that it would not be wise for her to leave so suddenly. Her stubbornness will bring about her end. That would not only be a great loss, but an unnecessary one. So please, let them and Obless help. Crush wipes some blood off of her chin, telling them that she needs some air. And as she walks through the farm, Red Arrow says that she knows that Lobo is on his way to finish her off, right? Red Arrow then says, "This place belongs to my mother Shadow. It's the place where I come to rest." So Crush tells her that she ain't about to let Lobo come here and destroy it. But Red Arrow says, "Don't act like you're doing this for us. You have trust issues. We all have trust issues, but we don't have a lot of options, and we're not going anywhere. So cut the crap and get ready for a fight, Crush." Back at the barn, Damien tightens up the last bit of his trap, and Jin says that it's strange. She doesn't sense Lobo's presence anywhere. Robin tells her that they're going to get ready for whenever he shows up. And about the prison, the one that he didn't tell anyone about, where he kept supervillains and even captured Deathstroke, just know that he wasn't trying to hurt the team. Jin stops him. "I have nothing to say to you that doesn't involve protecting Crush from her murderous father." And Robin says, "Fine, but what about Lobo? If we succeed in capturing him, what do you propose we do, kill him?" Jin hesitates for a moment and then says that if they must. Robin tells her that there was a time that he might have agreed with her, but that's not who he is anymore, and he doesn't think that she is either. Later that night, with Lobo still having not shown up, Roundhouse looks around, stating, "Maybe he forgot," which would be like, cool, like he never showed up. Just then, the barn doors slam shut and Roundhouse yells, "Okay, that was not the wind!" With a loud thunk, a scarecrow hits the window and Roundhouse begins to scream, "Code Red! Code Red!" As he's finishing though, there's a rumbling on the ground as Lobo's arm shoots up and he begins to shout, "Come to Papa!" Lobo begins pulling them underground, and Kid Flash throws a batarang, stabbing it into Lobo's eye. Everyone begins to run out, and Lobo pulls the batarang out, telling him, "All right, punks, who wants to die first?" Red Arrow then asks if someone could shut him up already, and Lobo responds to her, "Try it." Robin pushes a button and a giant steel ceiling with spikes slams down on top of Lobo. Crush asks if they did it, and Roundhouse asks, Do you mean if we dropped a 5-ton roof laced with enough tranquilizers to put down 100 elephants on Lobo? Yeah, we did that. But just then a rumbling begins to come out of the giant metal plate and Lobo lifts it up stating, "Baby girl, we gotta talk about your friends." Crush calls out to Jin, but before she can even move, Lobo kicks her in the chest, knocking her into a tractor. The team then begins to unload on Lobo, but Lobo walks through it, grabbing Red Arrow by the neck and beginning to squeeze. Jin picks herself up, stating that they have to release Obless. If they don't do something, Lobo's going to kill them all. So Crush tells her that she already lost Obless once. Obless is the closest thing she has to family. Jin takes her hand, stating that the Teen Titans are her family. As Crush gets up, she calls out to Lobo, stating, "I have something for you. Obless, take out the trash." Crush throws her pet chain out, the sentient chain that protects her. Lobo asks, "What's that? You think some magic chain is going to stop the main man? Wait, what the frag is this thing?" Crush punches him, stating that he should know he's the one who gave it to her. Lobo gets up. "I didn't even know you existed until yesterday, so I sure as hell didn't give you anything." Crush charges, grabbing Lobo, telling him that if it wasn't him, it must have been from her mother. "Who is my mother?" Lobo coughs up blood. "Are you joking? The main man has spread his tournament of love throughout the galaxy for eons." Crush punches him, telling him, "Oh, that's just gross." And Lobo laughs. "Oh, you're cute. I've been toe-to-toe with Superman. There's nothing you can." Crush kicks Lobo between the legs, and as he falls over, "Right in the franken brains." Crush steps on Lobo's head, asking, "Who was she? Who was she?" But Lobo laughs. "I ain't joking. I ain't got no fragging clue who your mother is. But I got some more bad news for you. I can't die. So you and your little amigos can do whatever you want to me, but I took out a contract on you, and there's nothing that's going to stop the main man from finishing that job. If I can't find you, I'll find your families, anyone you've ever met. And we're gonna keep doing this again and again and again, and then you'll..." But before he could finish, Jin uses her magic and Lobo falls face first into the ground. Crush asks if she, and Jin tells her no, she changed him, but there will be a cost. Red Arrow then says that they just can't leave him here, and Roundhouse tells Crush that he's got an idea. Some time passes, and on the moon a small drone follows a trail to something that recently crash landed. Lex Luthor appears before the chained up Lobo, stating that if it isn't the infamous bounty hunter bested by mere children. Not a good look for the last Azarian, although that's not really true anymore, is it? Lobo coughs. "Go away, stupid ghost." Lex says, "Don't let my appearance fool you. I'm here to make you an offer. You're going to destroy the Teen Titans, and your daughter will help you do it, Lobo." And that is the cliffhanger, the initial battle between the Teen Titans and Lobo. But wait a minute. We didn't exactly resolve that, did we? Lobo's still around, and there's a second arc that comes out of this. A return of Lobo. So if you want to see what happens next, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and I'll see you guys real soon as we conclude our Teen Titans plot.